Okay, this is the first time remastering one of the Mr. Men books, but this time it's with a song. I previously did Mr. Grumble, Mr. Noisy, and Little Miss Tiny's song, but this I'm gonna do a remix of these. This one is Little Miss Bossy, the first Little Miss in this collection. She's #1 on the back. So let's read this explosive book before I can explode the chicken nuggets out of explosive chicken nuggets in your cake. On Monday, Little Miss Bossy went for a walk. She met Mr. Nosy. "Where are you going?" he asked. "Mind your own business," she retorted. On Tuesday, she met Mr. Noisy. He was singing noisily, of course. "Shut up," she told him. "How dare you tell me to do that? You know I'm a noisy person." On Wednesday, she met Mr. Happy. He was smiling as usual. "Take that silly spot off of your face," she said. As you can imagine, Little Miss Bossy wasn't very popular, to say the least. Now, little did Miss Bossy realize, but somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Nosy about, and that same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Noisy about, and that self-same somebody had seen her bossing Mr. Happy about. The wizard, whose name incidentally was Wilfred, went home thinking, "Something really ought to be done about Miss Bossy," he thought to himself as he walked along. When he arrived home, he went straight to his library and took down a large red book from his bookshelf. It was rather dusty, as it hadn't been read for some time. "Let's see now," he said to himself as he settled into an armchair. He turned to page 304, and at the top of the page it said, "How to Stop People from Being Bossy." Wilfred the Wizard read the page very carefully, shut the book, put it back on the bookshelf, and grinned. A particularly wizardly sort of a grin. The day after, which was Thursday, Little Miss Bossy met someone who was fast asleep, as usual. Mr. Lazy. "Wake up," she said bossily, and prodded him on the tummy. "Ouch," protested Mr. Lazy. But behind Miss Bossy, Wilfred the Wizard, who had been following her, said something too, under his breath. A wizardy word he read from page 304. And do you know what happened? Suddenly, as if by magic, which is true, which appeared at Miss Bossy's feet was a pair of boots. 1 minute they weren't there, the next minute they were. Miss Bossy looked down in alarm. They were magic boots, and being magic boots, they could talk to each other or speak to each other. "Hello, left," said the right boot. "Hello, right," said the left boot. "Ready when you are," said right. "Right," said left, and off they set. Oh no. What the heck's gonna happen? Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, faster and faster, marching poor little Miss Bossy along. Little Miss Bossy couldn't do a thing about it. Mr. Lazy was much amused. "Well done, Wilfred," he chuckled. Wilfred winked a wizardy wink. "I never go with anything that involves work." Those boots marched little Miss Bossy for 5 miles. She was exhausted. "Ready, left," said the right boot. "Ready," replied left. "A 10, said right. "Shun," said left. And they came to a halt. Little Miss Bossy was quite out of breath. She tried to take off her boots, but that was impossible. Along came Wilfred. "There. Those are," said Wilfred, pointing at the boots, "are only for people who are too bossy." "Make them go away at once," cried Miss Bossy, stamping her foot. Well, at least she tried to stamp her foot, but the boot wouldn't. "We're out of stamps," chuckled right. Lefty giggled. "You will do as I say," shouted Miss Bossy. "Ready when you are," said right. "Right away," replied left. "And quick march," and off they set again. Left, right, for 10 miles. And then they stopped again, and along came Wilfred. "Make these stupid boots go away," shouted Miss Bossy. "Only if you say the magic word," replied replied Wilfred. Miss Bossy thought again. "Please," she said. "That's better," smiled Wilfred. And he said the wizardy word again, under his breath, from page 304. The boots disappeared as if by magic. "Now then," said Wilfred sternly, wagging his finger, "stop being bossy, or you know what will happen." Miss Bossy nodded miserably. Very well, smiled Wilfred, and wept. Oh, my favorite character's on the scene. Mr. Noisy's there. And then do you know something? From then on until now off, little Miss Bossy was a changed person. Not bossy at all. And you know why, don't you? You know what she's afraid of? Bossy, babes. What the heck? Okay, that was awful. I don't like these kind of mattresses when you have to send your cakes and your explosive pope. You smell like cow. Okay, these are just memes I came up. You know, that thing's just a meme, so let's sing Miss Bossy's theme song since I wrote it down on an upcoming notebook. Let's sing Miss Bossy's theme song. Wake up, shut up, do as I say. Mind your own business and go away. They're not very nice things for anyone to say, but little Miss Bossy said them every day. Little Miss Bossy always got her own way. She barked out an order and you better obey, until Wilfred the Wizard puts her in a place, and when these boots appeared you should have seen her face. They marched for miles and miles, well I think it was 10, until little Miss Bossy learned her lesson again. No more stamping and shouting and always being cross, for she knew she couldn't act like she was always the boss. Wake up, shut up, do as I say. Mind your own business and go away. They're not very nice things for anyone to say, but little Miss Bossy said them every day. Little Miss Bossy always got her own way. She barked out an order and you better obey, until Wilfred the Wizard put her in a place. When these boots appeared you should have seen her face. They marched for miles and miles, well I think it was 10, until little Miss Bossy learned her lesson again. No more stamping and shouting and always being cross, for she knew she couldn't act like she was always the boss. Wake up, shut up, do as I say. Mind your own business and go away. They're not very nice things for anyone to say, but little Miss Bossy said them every day. What the heck? You should never do explosive memes. I told you they are remastered, so don't even think about it. Little Miss Bossy's flower is close up. Yes, these remastered stuff is explosive. What kind of V is this? Just, I don't really think Mr. Noisy's just a noisy person in this book, but good thing I have a portrait of him on I have a picture of him on the wall, singing that stuff. Folks!